Hello and a very warm welcome. Bahrain testing, day 2 reaction as Carlos Sainz ends up quickest and is Ferrari's pace. Genuine. Yeah, wow. A lot of red flags today also, and fantastic banter once again in the WhatsApp group. If you've got to join it, you have to join it. It's great. Arguments, comedy, just great. Talking all things Formula 1. Ricciardo was once again out with illness, and let's hope he gets better. That's a huge blow for Daniel Ricciardo as he's missing valuable track time. First out in the morning, Valtteri Bottas. And then we saw a red flag, and it was quite an ironic moment. Alexander Albon went to the commentary box. He was commentating on Williams as we were on board with Latifi, and Latifi ended up having like a fire at the back of the car, and he spun, and yeah, that brought out the first red flag, and it was quite ironic Albon was in the commentary box. Then Sebastian Vettel stopped. He pulled off on the outer circuit, so no red flag, which was clever. Then we had a red flag for like a system check. I think it was going to be a start procedure, but it was a lot of nonsense. It was messed up. And then, yeah, they were trying to do starts. It was comical. It was really messy. It didn't really work how it was supposed to. Then we saw a red flag for Valtteri Bottas. This is what I mean. They were supposed to do a start, and then Bottas like brought out a red flag. And then we went into lunch with Esteban Ocon, the fastest. Yuki Tsunoda was first out after lunch, and Sainz went P1. Kevin Magnussen got his first experience at Haas, and he was very attacking, looked very ragged at times. And then more red flags. Esteban Ocon stopped. Lando Norris stopped. And then we had a red flag at the end. Again, I think it was for start procedures, but it didn't happen. And Haas get an extra hour. Obviously, they had massive delay with their freight coming to the circuit. So they've been given additional time to test. So they've got an extra hour. So Magnussen and Schumacher could improve their times, but yeah, we'll just go with the flow. Bahrain testing, day 2 reaction, Sainz fastest, and red flags galore. So yeah, P1, Carlos Sainz, 60 laps. Ferrari, very impressive, very strong, and on the lips of many. They could be the dark horses of 22. P2, Max, with 86 laps, came in the afternoon, and yeah, number 1 on the car. P3, Lance Stroll, stopped at the end of the pit lane quite late on. He produced 70 laps. P4, Lewis Hamilton, came in the afternoon, 47 laps. 5th, Esteban Ocon, 111 laps. Alpine seemed quick, but very unreliable, and Ocon did bring out one of the red flags. P6, Charles Leclerc, who was in the morning with 54 laps. 7th, Lando Norris, not a great day. He had 60 laps, brake issues, stopped in the pit, brought out a red flag, struggled. Maybe it's a bit of fatigue by Norris, having been in the car 2 days in a row. P8, Sebastian Vettel, stopped out on track, 46 laps. Kevin Magnussen back in the car, 59 laps as I record this. But Haas are allowed additional time, so obviously that will go up. 10th, Yuki Tsunoda with the most laps of the day with 120. Yeah, very impressive that. 11th, Valtteri Bottas, only 25 laps once again, and he brought out a red flag. 12th, Mick Schumacher with 23. 13th, George Russell with 67. Nicholas Latifi, 14th. A horrible day. Williams had that fire at the back of the car, and that hampered their day. They got 12 laps in. Albon didn't even get to run. 15th and last, Guan Yu Zhou with 48. We've got 8 hours remaining of testing, and then the serious business begins next weekend at Bahrain. I'm buzzing. Honestly, exciting times. Honestly, most people, anyone who's in the WhatsApp group will recommend. You've got to join it. Like, it's fantastic. And it makes the sessions go really fast. Like, we're talking about testing, but it's just fantastic. Talking about Formula One, the banter's fantastic. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Sainz ends up fastest. Adios. Smooth operator.